Hello, I'm Robert Fowler. I want to talk to you about some proposed amendments to the Constitution. Democracy in the USA is dead or is dying. Listen to the evening news and you can hear her dying gasp for life, as she is ravaged by the national and international mega-corporate elite and their thousands of lobbyists. They own and control state legislators, governors, congresspersons, senators, judges, and the president. Our borders are as porous as a fishnet. Terrorists and anyone else can come and cross at will. Everyone says we need more laws to control immigration. Maybe so. But what we really need is a president that will uphold the Constitution and enforce the laws that we have in place. If the laws were enforced on employers who hire illegal aliens, the problem would be solved. If there were no jobs, there would be no one looking for the jobs. Every employer should face a heavy fine for each illegal alien employee on the first offense, and on the second offense, the employer should face a stiffer fine and imprisonment. These are 12 steps for a better America. Article 5 states, the Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to the Constitution, or on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments, which in either case shall be valid to all intents and purposes as part of this Constitution. When ratified by the legislatures of 3/4 of the several states, or by conventions and 3/4 thereof, as the one or the other mode of ratification may be proposed by the Congress, provided that no amendment which may be made prior to the year 1808 shall in any manner affect the first and fourth clauses of the 9th section of the first article, and that no state without its consent shall be deprived of its equal suffrage in the Senate. Hold an Article 5 Constitutional Convention for the people, by the people, and of the people. Point 1. Clean elections paid for by public funds. A maximum of 1,000 contribution from a citizen per candidate per election, that is, a primary and general election. A PAC or civic organization may contribute up to 5,000 per candidate per election. Using public radio and television, each candidate would receive equal time on both medias for his or her campaign. She or he would also have a website where his or her stand on issues would be published. Control lobbyists. Lobbyists should be volunteers with expenses paid to support issues and laws. Since companies and corporations do not have the standing in law as a person, they should not be permitted to support or oppose any issue or law. Any persons or organizations may support or oppose issues or laws. Term limits. A candidate may serve 2 terms only. Change the term of office for all political offices to 4 years in all elections for city, county, state, and federal elections. The House and the Senate terms would be changed to 4 years to correspond to the elections held every 4 years. There would be one national primary where all candidates would run for the office they seek. Any candidate getting as much as 2% of the registered voters' signatures in his or her ward or district would be placed on the primary ballot. House members would be phased in so that only half would be replaced for each 4-year election. The top 4 or 5 candidates would face a runoff during the general election. This gives minor parties and independents the same standing on the ballot as the 2 major parties. Number 4. Elect president by popular vote. Eliminate the electoral college. President and vice president would run as a team supported by their political party. A simple majority of votes selects the top candidates for that party for general election. This also applies to independents and minority parties. All parties will have parity on the ballot. 5. Provide for citizens' initiatives. This is direct democracy. Approximately 27 states currently have it. Citizens will make laws, remove laws, recall any elected official, including president, vice president, congresspersons, or senators. They can be removed for treason, felonies, federal or state, bribery, certain misdemeanor crimes, failure to perform duties defined by their office, failure to enforce the law, or failure to uphold the constitutions. Citizens will also have the authority to remove appointed officials for malfeasance of office or failure to enforce the law. This applies to all judges, cabinet members of the president, vice president, or governors, and citizens' initiatives may also propose constitutional amendments. 6. Elect the Supreme Court judges. Their term would be for 12 years. They can run for 2 terms. They may be impeached by Congress or recalled by citizens through a recall petition or citizens' initiative. 7. Provide for electronic voting. However, a paper ballot must be given to each voter. Votes can be done from a home computer, business computer, or voting machine, or a mailed ballot. Every computer used in voting must be registered with the person's precinct by serial number and operating system. The voter must have a password and a voter registration number. 8. Eliminate income tax and the IRS. Enact a fair tax that would consist of a national sales tax and our value-added tax of approximately 15% on domestic products produced in the USA or its territories, 30% on imports, and 45% on re-imported products. Those are products made by American companies that have moved their manufacturing offshore to other countries. Also, all American companies must be incorporated in the United States. There will be no tax subsidy paid to any company, corporation, farm, ranch, or any other organization to keep them in business or bail them out of financial trouble. 9. No company, organization, university, college, PAC, foreign power, foreign person, or any other person may write a bill for a law that affects his or herself or similar entity. Private citizens may write and propose a bill for legislators, but only legislators or their staff may write a bill. Once a bill is before a body of legislature, Congress, or Senate, people may support the bill by mailing, telephoning, emailing, faxing, telegramming, or visiting their legislators, supporting or opposing the bill. 10. Any claim by a political opponent must be documented and must be true. Otherwise, if one's campaign consists of slander, lies, innuendo, planted evidence, quotes taken out of context, misquotes, false information, etc., this applies to all printed or broadcast, webcast, or website, or any other published information. The person making such claims will be dropped from the ballot and will be subject to civil as well as criminal prosecution. Re-establish the fairness doctrine. Number 11. It was an attempt by the FCC to ensure that all coverage of a controversial issue by a broadcast station be balanced and fair. Station licenses are public trust. The holder is bound to afford a reasonable opportunity for discussion of contrasting points of view on controversial issues affecting or impressing the public. 12. All foreign trade agreements or treaties must be submitted to the citizens through a citizens' initiative or on the general election ballot. It will take 75% of registered voters voting to pass a trade agreement or a treaty. Also, citizens will be empowered by the Constitution to negate or cancel any previous trade agreement or treaty. The President can still submit trade agreements or treaties to the Senate for ratification, but citizens would have final say through the ballot. If these proposals are enacted in our Constitution, our country will be returned to the citizens. Thank you.